Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, this is a special edition dealing with race issue in America today. I received a book from a friend, and I had already been talking about white guilt in America. It's why Barack Obama got elected. They laid upon the white guilt upon white American voters, and they voted for Barack Obama. But there's a book out, and my buddy gave it to me. It's called White Guilt by Shelby Steele. Shelby Steele happens to be a black man. And I saw him interviewed on Mark Levin a few weeks back, and it was extraordinary. And he's saying everything I've been saying. So without even being aware of this guy, I was on the same page as him. And what he discusses and talks about, which is something that I've been talking about, is how they use white guilt, the black political leaders it's a weapon. It's a weapon. And it is so out of control. And what's sad is it's worked up until now. I'm hoping the tide starts turning back again. But it's amazing to me how it worked. It worked to elect Barack Obama. It's worked. But you should not have white guilt. You have absolutely nothing to be guilty about that you're white. And in fact, I told my wife last night, I said, do you know where the world's going right now? All they're doing is making it more and more difficult for an average Joe white person not to say, you know what you're doing is so bad, I've got to start fighting back, and then you're going to call me a racist. Too bad. Let them call you a racist, because you're not. White privilege. For the life of me, I don't understand what this is. In this country, and in any country, there is economic privilege, regardless of the color of your skin if you've got money. But poor white people don't have any privilege. It's a socioeconomic thing. But they say white privilege, white privilege, white privilege. And they pound that away at us. There's not a such thing as white privilege. Just like there isn't such a thing as systematic racism. What the hell is that? And the only place that there's systematic racism seems to be in cities that have been run by Democrats. There's not systematic racism in the Independence Police Department, the Kenton County Sheriff's Department. Where is it? It doesn't exist. Black privilege. Now, I want to explain this again. A lot of you might think it's a little bold, but I believe, and I've been sharing this with people in private conversations, and they tend to agree. Just being white, they tried to sell, was white privilege. You get all these advantages. Well, now, just being black, think about all the privileges that you get by being black. Because of what's going on around this country, you're going, and again, you might get tired of me saying this, but I say it for a point. Blacks in this country deserve, just like any race, equality of opportunity and all that. They don't deserve more than that. They don't. And that's what they're trying to do. Diversity at all costs. You know, I'm blown away how in this country, it's diversity at all costs now. It's like, forget about common sense, forget about economics, forget about any of the other factors. Diversity, 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 no matter what. It's insanity, and it makes no sense, and it's wrong. Control over equality. That's what I was just speaking about a second ago. 13% of the population. Why can't, we protect the minorities in this country. Blacks are a minority in this country. They should be treated fairly under the Constitution, Bill of Rights. Equality. But that's not what black political leadership wants. Power. They want power over whites. They want power over everything. It's not about equality. It's about flipping the script, so to speak. Here's a funny thought I had. The 60s movement, remember the free love, I want to die when I'm young. I don't want to live to be old. Rock and roll, smoking dope, hippies, Woodstock, hating the government, hating the war, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of hysterical, isn't it? That all of these liberal people from the 60s now love government so much. Government that they protested against, government that they hated. Boy, what happened to them? Now all of a sudden they love the government. Why come in this country? How come in this country conservative movement and the hippies aren't joined together at the hip against government? Why? They ought to be. Survival of the fittest. I got the guts to talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, you cannot change human nature. Can't. You can't change incentive. From the beginning of time when we were in caves, all the way up until now, we still have that Darwinian survival of the fittest. It's an innate part of us. Now, we don't have wholesale murders. We don't kill people who are competitors, things like that. But it is still something that exists in our psyche, and it's to be ignored at our peril. What are we going to do? It's not survival of the fittest. It's like everybody wins. It's that everybody gets a trophy mentality. It doesn't work, folks. It doesn't work. Racism. I'm a firm believer that racism in this country, there's more of it than ever before because of the attacks upon whites. I just keep thinking, I got my stuff together. But you know what? I'm thinking about all the whites out there that might, quote unquote, become more racist because they're sick and tired of the crap. I got a psychiatrist friend of mine who gave me, this is wild, this is great, I'm going to read this to you. He gave me the psychological diagnosis of what's going on. A projection of behavioral responsibility on a racial class is an unconscious early childhood defense mechanism which rejects the unacceptable and uncomfortable, bad negative feelings and attributes them to an external source, thus mitigating the pain and exonerating collective internal guilt. Can you say wokeness? Wokeness? Here's another anecdote that I want to share with you. Yesterday, I did a video about dueling, and then I thought dueling, and I thought it was kind of, why don't we have dueling? People should be allowed to defend their honor, right? Somebody actually wrote this. I'm talking about dueling. I bet you wouldn't challenge one black guy to a duel because as soon as a white loses to a black guy, dueling is over. Did golf end because Tiger Woods kept winning? You see there how racist they are? You see? They're the ones who are racist. Next, crime in this country. Crime is going through the roof. And let's call it the way it is. Fact check it. The most violent crime in this country, all the murders, statistically, is black on black. The only thing that gets attention is white on black. Black privilege. You're allowed to shoot and kill and pillage a black person. We're okay with that. What comes out of Chicago, that's all okay. The double standards has no end to it. Black man shot by white police officer, all hell breaks loose. Black cop shoots, or a white cop shoots a white guy, no issues. Did you see down in Virginia Beach where there was a shooting? Pharrell's cousin apparently was somebody who was shot and killed. He had a gun out. Don't know if he was the bad guy or caught in the middle of it all. Pharrell, immediately goes after the cops. Well, we don't know all those facts yet. There's a crazy-ass shooting going on. What happened? See, instantly. Double standards. And then we got the whole cancel culture thing. Cancel culture. You say one thing out of the line, you got to be canceled. It's all part of their controlling things. All part of it. Then you've got the crazy alliance between the Democrats and the black voter. 85% voted for Biden. Well, the American Communist 10. I love it. Media, social media, big tech, Democratic Party, Hollywood, academia, corporate America, professional sports, music industry, government swamps. All racist towards whites now. Two wrongs don't make a right. Where do they stand? How you better not breathe a word, even on the edge, or else one of the Communist 10 is going to come for you. They're going to come for you. Here's another thing that just irks the hell out of me. The black card. The black card, they talk about a lot of people have been passing around on social media, the white card, that you want to give it up because it never did anything for you, the white privilege card. The black card can be played at any time and is played over and over again now. Anything goes bad with you, and you're black, oh, it's racism, pick on me because I'm a black guy. What they really want, folks, is they just want the criminals who are blacks to just get away with everything. They want to take everything that's great in our country and reduce it. My God, they're now saying sheet music is too white. Sheet music for musicians. They want to get rid of the SAT. See, it's like, let's bring it all down. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, what the hell did the hip-hop culture do for this country? Religion, going to church is down from 78% in 1990 to 50% now. What great engineering feat did this thing? And I'm telling you right, I've got the guts to say it. There, in my opinion, is a direct correlation between art leads, folks. The hip-hop, gangster music, the whole hip-hop culture thing hit us right there, 1990s, last 30 years. It's taken over, which is fine. But what great contributions to our society to improve this country have they wrought upon us? What is it? Are those black kids growing up in these communities, are they waking up in the morning and wanting to become doctors, or are they wanting to become gangsters, hip-hop artists? I don't know. I haven't surveyed them, but I'd like to know. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable the out-of-control runaway train race has become in this country, all for a political purpose. Last but not least, the silence of everybody. The silence of everybody. Everybody sits back, they know the facts, they know the truth, but nobody speaks up and says it because they're worried about getting canceled, boycotted, on and on and on. And the American Communist 10, who's left? Average Joe Americans that aren't connected to the American Communist 10. The few of us that are left. It's pretty scary. Remember, all that is necessary for evil to triumph is good men do nothing. Martin Luther King Jr. said, the silence of your friends. I'm telling you, folks, we have to push back. You and I couldn't help that we were born white. Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. The white race is not the problem in this country. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.